But first, Dixon, the latest news. Um,
Breaking news.
we're going to dive into the fresh wound of the New York City Jets. Robert Salah was fired yesterday, and there's been a lot of controversy around it. It's circus around it. I mean, it's New York, so you expect that, right? What
Broke
was
the
your first
internet.
thoughts when you heard about it?
Look, man. Okay, my first thoughts, it was just such a shocker. Like, I think everyone had the initial reaction when they first seen it, like, holy shit, what the fuck? When you start to think about it, you start to justify it somewhat and say, because of like the history, the relationship with A-Rod, this and that.
Oh, you were done. My bad. You finished mid-sentence. What are you talking about? You didn't even stop at the period. You kept going. Okay,
Uh,
well,
man.
what is your speculation on it? Because we briefly touched on it yesterday.
No, it was a period at the end of that sentence. It was just like the cadence that I was saying it was like supposed to be more.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So I'm glad we're on the same page
It was
about.
like one of those bullshit ass sentences where you just complete like just to like finish the words on the essay type shit.
I got you. Well, it is, and it was out of left field, obviously for New York. It's the beginning of the season, 2-3. I mean, we've seen teams at 500 for most of the season and then explode at last. Kind of a weird situation, but why? Right? Obviously, we only know the tip of the iceberg when it comes to decisions and roster moves and all kind of moves, right?
Yeah.
He was 20 and 36. This is his fourth year, right? Or third or fourth year. No, this would be his fourth year. That's a 35% winning percentage. Okay. So obviously he's not doing a great job. Now, me and you both think that, especially last year, the strings were being pulled on him to play subpar quarterbacks rather than going out
I
and getting
mean, since he's been there, he's had terrible quarterbacks.
right. Defensively, he was really good, right? Jets are a
That's the
top five
thing.
defense.
That's the thing. And that's what he was brought in there to do. That's the thing that people don't regulate. That's the thing that people don't talk about. Certain coaches, they lean more toward one side of the ball. They come from a certain background. Like Bill Belichick, he was a defensive minded coach. So he was going to take care of the defense, and Mike McDaniel was going to take care of the offense.
McDaniels.
Right. So I think in terms of that, he did his job on the defensive side.
He did, but we've seen time and time again coaches that come in and just can't solve the other side of the ball that they're
But
not.
that's where Aaron Rodgers was supposed to come in. That's when Aaron Rodgers was supposed to come in and a good OC. But guess what? It's A-Rod. We got to kiss his feet. We got to bring his boy, Nat Hackett. Nobody wanted Nat Hackett on that team, bro. He's trash. You seen the play calling this year. That's just some dude that A-Rod likes to chill and, you feel me, drink a couple beers and talk bullshit with. That's why he's there.
Yeah,
I'm
I
surprised they don't
mean,
got Randall Cobb on the team.
yeah, surprisingly, right? Maybe Jordy Nelson, bring him back. Why not? I don't. They do nothing innovative. They drop back pass. It kind of seems like an outdated offense. I'm sorry.
Super outdated, and then like they're relying on A-Rod to be special. He don't got it no more. Not right now. He looks mad old. He looks mad washed. It is what it is. Like he's been the reason why they've lost these last couple of games. That's the thing. The defense has played to a level where he's had the opportunity to win, and he hasn't. So if you want to blame that on the head coach, I feel like it's just a scapegoat. But let's really get into like the deeper meaning of it. What I really think happened, why I really think he got fired. So Robert Salah is Lebanese, right? Right now, there's a war between Gaza, Lebanon, and Israel. Super controversial war, terrible war. Pretty much thousands of people dying on both sides, right? The thing that I've noticed, and look, this is why I even wanted to start a podcast because they ain't gonna tell you this on ESPN. They're not gonna tell you this on Fox. Not even the fucking YouTubers that got checks and shit. They're not gonna tell you this, fam. Nobody else gonna tell you this. In terms of the war, I can't choose like what side I'm on because I don't really understand it fully. But being over here in America, being like a consumer of the media, I do notice a difference in the way that they handle certain things, right?
Yeah,
For example, hey, we gonna bring it up like from the text. My boy Kyrie, right?
yeah,
Tweeted out a link, super controversial link. People say it was anti-Semitic. Other people might say it was just trying to shed light on like history. But he just posted the link. He didn't verbally say anything. The man got reprimanded. The man got a list of things to do, like he was a little boy that got grounded. I've never seen that. Meanwhile, you got mad people that have said, racial slurs against like other races, like black or Chinese or whatever, and they're perfectly fine. You got Justin Bieber singing a song about murdering black people. Like, if you really look it up, it wasn't an official song. He was just in the studio. It was just a video on the side when he was mad young, probably like 12, 11. Hey, nothing happened to him type shit. You feel me? Like, didn't get reprimanded, didn't have to do a list of things. It's just certain examples with certain things. I know I'm cross relating like sports and celebrities and all that, but it's just to show you the media coverage of shit. So back to my point with Robert Saleh, since he is Lebanese, he represented on his arm the game in London, an international game, the Lebanese flag. It was a subtle approach to support your home country. I didn't find nothing wrong with it. Didn't actually say nothing, didn't do nothing, wore a patch, right? 2 days later, the news broke. Everyone was shocked. When everyone is shocked, that lets you know, like, oh, something happened. When shit is like sudden, like, bro, when a marriage just breaks up out of nowhere, like shit could be going smooth, rocky, whatever. But if they just break up out of nowhere, you got to be like, oh, what happened? Something happened apart from the circumstances that we're at. It seems like these big corporate entities in America, whether that's the NFL, whether that's the NBA, whether that's Nike, whether that's the government, whether that's a school district, they all choose a side in this war. They all publicly support and cover certain shit in support of, Israel and that whole war thing going on. So I think it was just an
I'm saying.
immediate reprimand. Like, yeah, you lost your job, fam. You're not supposed to support. You're not supposed to do any of that.
Okay, so wow, that was a mouthful. Okay, I was trying to get into everything.
That's why at first I stopped the sentence because I'm like, I don't want to go crazy. Like, I want to
No, but I want you to
formally
get it.
talk
I
about it.
want you to get it out too. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
your mind's. I mean, it happens to me. Your mind's just going, 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 and your mouth can't keep up with it. So I'd rather you get everything out that you're thinking than
Yeah.
forget anything you want to bring up. All right, one thing I do want to bring up. Last year, now the NFL has every year has gone further into different markets. Like, I don't know if you know, for instance, like the Dolphins, right? One of their new media markets that they're allowed to market to, and almost every team is doing this. Not every team, but it's Colombia. So there's marketing rights. It's different countries, right? So the game is getting as global as it's ever been.
Right.
Okay. Last year at this time, there was a 2 week span where the NFL celebrated um, players and staff of the original cultures, right? So wherever they're from, wherever their heritage is from.
Was
Last
it at this time though? Wasn't it like week 7, week 8?
Yes, I mean we're about to go into week 6, so I mean we're a week away, right?
Okay.
Over 330 players participated in this with
Last
coach
year.
last
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
Robert Saleh did the same thing last year with the
He did.
Jaguars.
Yep. Yep.
Why would that affect?
Because it's not going on right now. That event, that thing is not going on right now. He did that individually outside of that push, corporate market push that you're talking about. That's not going on right this second because then you would see every player doing it. He was the only one. So he did an individual choice outside of that campaign, which is really what stood out.
But do we know other players aren't wearing their flag on their helmet,
I mean, I
or
think
other
it would
coaches are,
be.
or as he has the spotlight on him. That's why we know about it.
I think he's the only coach that has something like that. The players might be different, but you know what the coaches is different. They're a little bit more part of the yacht club. So they got to
Yeah,
be even more careful than a player wearing a little sticker on the back of his helmet. But I just think he did things outside of like the corporate norms. You know what I mean? Like there's a dress code and he just did his own thing real quick. But I think he also did it with intent. Like you said, it was the game in London, an international game. London is very close to the scene, like way closer than we are, at least in
yeah,
terms
of
of the
course.
war that's going on and
Right
all that
across the pond.
controversy. So I think that he just wanted to, you feel me, support his people real quick. And I think he got reprimanded for it.
Yes, yeah, I think the exact opposite. I think he's been. You ever seen that old Instinct video when they're being like fucking, they're being a puppet?
Up it, yeah.
That's what I think his whole tenure with the Giants or the Jets were. I think
See,
they made
I don't
him.
disagree. Look, I don't disagree that he was ass. I don't disagree there. But I think it was like the perfect excuse to get rid of him. Like, you know, you got that one employee just always showing up late, just never really doing his job and shit. And then one day he just does something kind of like against the rules. You got the perfect excuse because you already wanted him gone. So you just waiting for him to do something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're looking to write him up.
Right.
I don't know. Two, like I said earlier, 2-3. That's more than revivable.
And look, they've been in every game. They could easily be 4-1.
Yeah, they had a few things go right. Yes, Aaron Rodgers has not been the MVP from 3 years ago. God forbid a 40-year-old quarterback. Tom Brady's ruined it for all these other quarterbacks now. If you're 40, you need to get better, which makes
Bro, Tom
no
Brady's an
sense.
anomaly. That's what people got to understand. Brady is different. Like, don't even compare him to other humans.
Yeah. So Salah, I think, was doomed from the beginning. Look, I'm gonna list three coaches to you, okay? And they all have the same around winning percentage. This is what class he's in. Adam Gase, 28%. Matt Rule, 28%. Joe Philbin was 40%. That's what kind of class he's in.
Hey, I love that you brought that up. I love that you brought that up. Adam Gase was a Jets coach who was ass.
Ass.
Didn't get fired. Never got
No,
fired.
nope.
Didn't get fired. And the Jets owner, Woody Johnson, has never fired a coach midseason. Ever. So it's
Mhm.
just a lot of signs that are showing this. It's not really direct proof, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
it's a lot of like speculation, a lot of controversy, a lot of weird signs, I would say for sure.
I just think I guess the word NFL is too woke to fire someone over a patch. I think there's so much more
What
that
do
went
you
on.
mean? You seen what they did to Kaepernick? They are that type of.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
They
whoa, whoa.
are that. That's
Listen,
them.
listen,
Like
listen.
that is
10
their
years
corporate
ago,
identity.
the NFL was not international. It's international now. There's
But
too much money to be made now by banning a flag. It's there's there,
fam,
these guys make a ridiculous amount of money, and
I
that's part
think
of it.
NFL directly supports Israel. So if someone supporting, it's like if I
Where do you
support,
get that from? Where do you get that? They directly support Israel?
I don't
Where
got
the
no
hell do
direct.
you get that? What evidence do you have of that?
I
What
don't got
the
no direct proof for that, but I'm just saying these corporate entities tend to lean on that side of things.
I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you. I just think it was more of he was did a bad job, and the owner, these owners are in a certain club, right? It's a big dig contest with these guys. They want. Why is your New York Jets team 2-3? This guy could have just went on a tangent and said, like, we need to change everything.
Bam, if he was going to change anything, you had to get rid of Nat Hackett. That was the change to be made, but I don't
I
know. It's
agree.
weird. And then even reports came out that Aaron Rodgers was like, what the fuck? Like he was cool with Robert Salah. Even though I don't fully believe because like on film, on tape, we saw they weren't cool. We saw
Yeah.
it was super awkward.
Fuck no.
So like I halfway, I take that report with a grain of salt, but I just feel like, yeah, there was definitely like some controversy and I think it was just beyond a bad play.
That I can understand. Yeah, it's still. I mean, maybe we'll find out. We probably will never. We'll find out what really happened in these last, 24 hours, 48 hours.
Man,
And
my man's had to get escorted out. Hey, Robert Salah, I feel you, bro. I've been fired from a job like randomly out of nowhere. Hey, mid shift. You feel me? I feel you. I feel what you went through. Did you dirty, fam? It's also, Tyler, the way they did it. Like, it's so much shit that wasn't a traditional firing. That was like, a lot of times you could see the firing happen. You could see, like, all right, this guy's on the hot seat like any moment now. But my man's had to get escorted. Like, why? You feel me? Why we doing my man dirty? Like, he never ever publicly like shit on or said anything bad about the team.
no, he didn't.
Like, he always kept his composure. I thought he behaved well, apart from his play. Like, I'm talking about like at the press, at the speaker. Yeah, he might have said things here and there, but I thought he kept it pretty composed for what was going on the field.
How soon does he coach again? Next year he'll be on the
It
staff.
got to be next year. Yeah, they're gonna
Yeah.
have to. He gonna have to sit out the rest of the year. Next year he'll come through as a DC and go right back to being successful.